feel like those are the people who like just tend to succeed. But not everyone's motivated for school, and I can't necessarily fault them for it because some people have the right personality and mindset to do well in an academic environment, and other people do not. But that's not any fault of the person because school is kind of like this weird thing where like we just kind of throw these kids into it, regardless of whether or not they want to be there. So when people say, "Oh, I don't like school," like I get it because what you're doing is you're asking kids to sit down for several hours in the day, just like getting information. When I don't think that's really natural for us to do that. Like I think we're gonna sell all the cycle too. Rad-X I think is not a bad drug. I think it's more natural for us to move around and be physically active than it is to sit in the desk for 8 hours a day. And I think that's part of the problems with the education system is that that's what they ask us to do, which like some people can handle it and they're fine with it. Like, but for other people, like it's just like they can't pay attention for that long. And again, I don't blame them for it. I mean, sell some of this other. See, we don't want this anymore either. And we'll sell. What else can we sell? Now we can sell the Annabelle. Thermic Lance. Yeah, we did sell Annabelle. All right. Plasma rifle, and we'll sell these two. All right, perfect. Accept. Made a profit. School's a good idea, but the way we do it isn't. Well, and that's the problem, right? I guess. What kind of supplies did you have in mind?
Are you implying I have some kind of secret under the table stash I only offer to certain clients? Because that could get a man in trouble. Now you're talking my language. I do have an expanded inventory for people I can trust. If you're willing to do a little legwork for me, I could give you access to my stash and at a discount. Many of these items aren't available in the NCR, and you'll be hard-pressed to find them at a better price anywhere else.
Sounds good to me. What do you need done?
Well, I can't exactly go wandering off the base whenever I want. They're already
I like the idea of education.
the MPs now.
Like, I really do think we would be in a better place if people were more educated. Like, I think education in general is a good thing. And then, of course, you can get into the nitty-gritties, like, well, what kind of education? Education for who, for what, et cetera, et cetera. All right. But the way we do the education, like, I do think it's flawed, but then, like, it's like, what are the alternatives? Like, well, I'm not entirely sure myself. Did I go the wrong way? I am suspicious that I did. Alright, so the light post at 1 p.m. So that's what or the tower at 1 p.m. And like, how would we change the education system so it's more conducive for like us to learn? I'm not entirely sure, and that's the thing for like one thing I didn't like about high school is that so I was into like the mathematics and like social studies, but the physics and stuff were like they're fine, but that wasn't quite my up my alley. Where am I going? So there's some stuff in there that you're forcing me to learn that I don't have a passion for, which I think.
You're back.
Anything? Nothing suspicious?
Now, what kind of MP would I be if I didn't notice anything suspicious?
Yeah.
I've had soldiers go AWOL, break-ins, thefts, you name it.
I feel like you have more choice in secondary than city primary, but you want to take. You have more options in different areas like general topics. Like you learn science, math, English, history in primary. You can split off high school like physics, chem, bio, and give more kids a choice. Because I feel like if you give something, sometimes they learn that you're actually interested, they'd be much higher willing to learn it, rather than giving them a few choices, still being forced to do something they don't care for.
Well, there's Anders. He's a ranger.
Yeah.
That one's not suspicious so much
Uh,
as worrisome.
no, I
He
agree.
left on a
People,
few
like,
days'
if you're
assignment.
interested in something, you're
Colonel
much
sent him
more
out.
likely
Now I
to
think he
be
feels
willing to
guilty not
learn
having
it.
any way to check
And I
up.
think that's, like, what you mentioned is a great idea. Like, so in, anyone else missing?
Yeah. The man I'm more interested in is Corporal White. White had a lot of promise. Wanted to be a ranger as bad as anyone
What am I
I've seen.
saying?
But
I
he
got
also had some
distracted. The
extracurricular
lady was
activities
talking to me and I
going.
lost my train of thought.
Now
It was
he's
gone. Oh, yeah. Um,
Word around the base is he'd been going regularly to
all
visit
right.
a hooker named Dazzler.
So we're gonna find some people, but so I think like in middle school, like yeah, you do the general like science, like general courses like so like science, math, history, whatever, and then like in high school, I think we gave them like more choice.
I haven't had a chance to look through his things yet,
That
so
could
might
work
be a good
out
place to
better.
begin.
But I also think, tell me about the break-ins.
Maybe
I think
break-ins
doing
isn't the
things
right
like
word. We didn't find signs of
not.
forced entry, but I've had
So
to
'cause I know like
someone
I
sneaking
think
into the control tower at night.
I
It's
can't
probably just a
talk
meeting
and like
spot
listen to
for
people at
a
the same
senior
time. It's
military
hard.
base love affair.
Not a life skill I have.
Kids today.
Mm.
But it bothers me that they didn't break in. It means they have an access code. Most
Yeah.
soldiers around the base don't have that. Sure, if you want to investigate. It's not like there's anything to steal up there. Just a bunch of old communications equipment. If you can find out any more, I'd be
All right,
interested
cool.
to hear it. There's something about this I really don't like. And if I weren't tied up here, I'd be staking it out personally.
You said there that's well, let's get this all done
Not the
too.
kind of things you like to see go missing. No witnesses yet. I've got my money on Sergeant Contreras, who's supposed to be in charge of distribution, the little weasel. But he's too slick to let anyone catch him doing it. We've searched his possessions a dozen times. Nothing. Good. The more guns you can recover, the more I'll be able to use to shoot Contreras for being inept.
All right. One thing too is like I think having more breaks in the school day would also be beneficial. Quests. Okay, so we're gonna go to the control tower now. Because I think like even like we sat down for like just an hour, and I think we can go up the floor. But then having like kind of like a 15-minute break just like to move our body around, I think that's important. And see, I'm not like a psychologist or someone who knows what they're really talking about. Let's be honest. I'm playing a video game here in front of Oh, we need to go down the floor. Oh, I know what's going on. Like this is just like my ideas, which I whether or not they're good or bad, I guess time can tell. I think having like physical breaks in school would be a good idea, but also just like giving them more like the freedom of choice to choose what they want to learn. I think would be good because that way too, like early on, like if we could have so in university, I was able to choose what I wanted to learn, and it worked out very well. Like, I was told for university, go learn what you want to learn. And that's exactly what I did. I was like, I like mathematics, so I'm going to say math, and like it worked out well for me. Though I think for some people...
Lupa, this is Frumentarius Picus. Over. What are you doing here? You don't have clearance. I don't know. Hey!
Okay, let's actually just like... Can we load this? Yeah, sorry, because I screwed this up. Do we actually wander in at 1 a.m.?
Afternoon patrol enters Fiend territory at 1300. Have them mind that stretch.
10-4, Picus. Fiends will be alerted.
Roger, Lupa.
What's the status of your
Wow, that was very quiet, Rex.
Charges are set. Detonation will occur as the train leaves the station. Over.
How long?
Couple of minutes. Over.
Alright, so we need to go defuse the bomb. Ooh, this is gonna be tight. So for some people for universities, like I was told to take what you like or study what you're interested in at university, and I think that's good advice. But some people, I don't think follow that advice. And I think for high school, you could have the same pitfalls where you have people choose what they want to learn. Though that might be better if in high school if they could learn what they want to, because they would be they might be more inclined to just study what they're interested in, whereas in university, I think people sometimes have different motivations for picking what they want to study. Can we get out through here? I don't feel like that we can. Whoopsie doodles. Alright, hold on.
Something I can do for you?
Okay, so we went the wrong way. Some people feel like they never care too much for school since they were forced to do things they want to and they want to know what to teach during years. And that's just it too. Some people get to university and they don't really know what they want to take. But like also like moreover too. Wait, why is it take more useless classes in university? I honestly will quit by now. Oh! Where are the charges? We're gonna have to do this a couple of times, I think. Well, this isn't good. I can't find the charges at all. Oh. Oh, cool. Oh, we had enough signs. All right. Oh, crisis averted. Oh, well, but I mean, that's just it. Like, all the physics and chemistry and stuff I took in like high school just wasn't relevant to me, which is a little sad because it just means that, I mean, the knowledge and the journey was its own reward, but since then I haven't used any of it, and I think for a lot of my university knowledge too, like now that I've graduated, I just haven't used it since. But I think there's a lot of pressure for people to go into university, even though that might not be something they necessarily want to do.
No. What happened? Curtis? He's been in the NCR long before our conflict with the Legion. There's just no way. I hope you're mistaken, but somehow I don't think so. It'd explain a lot. This is much worse than anyone expected. There could be others, too. You've done everything that was asked of you. You have my personal thanks for this. I'll make sure you receive the credit you deserve.
Sweet.
I'll have Curtis taken into custody. If he lets himself be taken alive, that is.
Goodbye. Alright, and we level up. Speech, medicine, repair science, and we will also do one sneak, one into survival, and one into barter. Alright. Yeah, pressure going to college when you're super young. Well, there's so many like outlets of pressure for let me see, let's do the whitewash. There's so many avenues of pressure for people to go to university. Like there's peer pressure, like all my friends went to university, so I was like, oh, I should go to university too. But it also seems like in this society, I think people have like made the they think that in order to be successful you have to go to university, which I don't think that's necessarily true. Like I think if you go to university, the chances are you'll have a better go at it. Oh, I can go back to the terminal building? Alright, backtracking again. I think going to university is going to open more doors than it closes, but in order to be successful that you have to go to university, I don't agree with that sentiment. Whereas I think a lot of people feel that, so I think as like what we've been discussing... Oh, we can go this way, alright. Some people just, they go to university, but they don't really know what to do, but they feel like they need to be there. So, but they don't really have the motivation. They don't say, I want to be here because I want to learn about mathematics, like using myself as an example. Like yes, I felt all pressure to go to university, but that's something I want to do anyways. And even then, I after I got my degree, I felt some pressure to go get a master's. But then I said to myself, well, no, I don't want to get my master's. So like, why should I do it? Like, I should draw the line at some point.